here very soon. And why that's going to happen is because Mac Rumors has been receiving a lot of traffic from devices running iOS 8.1.3. And that's because Apple is testing the new firmware and they're visiting the website, and Mac Rumors is capable of seeing which firmware the device is running. So that's both good and bad news. Well, the good news is iOS 8.3 is going to fix a lot of things. So at the moment, there is a lot that's currently wrong with iOS 8.1.2. For example, if you'll receive a message, and this isn't for all devices, but sometimes you'll open up a message and it'll crash your device. Or two, you'll be sliding up and one of the apps is just going to be blank in here. There's a blank issue in the app switcher, as well as a lot of Wi-Fi issues. That's the #1 complaint on iOS 8 right now, is the unmistakable presence of this huge Wi-Fi bug, and it slows down connection, sometimes stops it randomly. I experience it on all of my devices, and that's the #1 thing that people are waiting for Apple to update on iOS 8, and 8.1.3 is very much likely going to address these issues. Now, the bad news is that iOS 8.1.3 is very likely going to patch the iOS 8.1.2, 8.1.1, and 8.1 Taig and Pangu jailbreak. So what does this mean? I want you guys to update to iOS 8.1.2 right now, because that's going to be the last jailbreakable firmware for a very long time until iOS 8.2 is going to be released. So you want to update to 8.1.2 right now before Apple releases 8.1.3. I know you guys have been updating from 8.1 to 8.1.1, 8.1.2. It's been a lot of re-jailbreaking and hassle, but it's worth it. You'll be on the latest firmware, you'll be on the latest fixes and everything, and you'll have a jailbreak. So if you guys want to know how to do that, just click on the video right there. It'll take you to my iOS 8.1.2 latest jailbreak. I explained everything in that guide. Anyways, make sure to update to 8.1.2 so that way 8.1.3 won't be that big of an upgrade for you and you won't really need it. Now, as for iOS 8.2, we're already on the second beta. It's released, and there's nothing new that we can see feature-wise, but it's pretty much for the Apple Watch, and we all know that. So there was a jailbreak for iOS 8.2 Beta 1. Taig does work, however, they disabled support in the public release. Now, iOS 8.2 Beta 2 actually patches 2 exploits used by the jailbreak. I think there's a total of 5 to 7, somewhere in there. It's very likely that 8.2 can still be jailbroken, but of course there's no guarantees, but it is likely that they'll have some exploits saved up, and no, Apple does not know about those exploits, so iOS 8.2 will most likely be able to be jailbroken. So that's just about it, guys. I'll let you know iOS 8.1.3 will be here very soon, so be prepared. Make sure you're updated on the list, make sure you're jailbroken, all that, and when it does drop, make sure not to update. The only way a jailbroken device can update is from iTunes, so sometimes it happens on accident, someone else will do it. Make sure you're cool with that, because 8.1.3 will most likely disable the Taig jailbreak. Anyways, guys, just a quick little update for you. Enjoy your jailbreak and happy holidays, guys. Peace. Their latest iOS 8.1.3 firmware. So in this video, I did want to update you guys on fixes. Are there any new features, and what does it mean for the jailbreak? So alongside iOS 8.1.3, Apple did release the latest version of OS 10, 10.1.2, and it does include a number of fixes, including a Wi-Fi fix. Now, the changes for iOS 8.3 include an overall file system size reduction. So I actually did record the amount of space before and after the update, and I did just update to iOS 8.1.3, and I just want to show you guys in here that I am running this latest firmware, and I'm actually going to scoot over to photos to show you guys the differences. So this is before. I did have 80.2 gigabytes available. This is the top-notch 128 gigabyte iPhone 6 Plus, and over here, as you guys can see, 87.5 is available after. So 0.3 gigabytes were added to my system memory. So iOS 8.1.3 is awesome because it does give you more memory. It takes up less room on your device, so that's a welcome change. Thank you, Apple. If we got further progressing in iOS 9, that would be nice. Now, aside from that, there are a number of fixes as well. The official changelog pretty much lists the required amount of storage is reduced for the software update. It prevents an issue that prevented some users from entering their Apple ID password for messages in FaceTime. It addresses an issue caused by Spotlight to stop displaying app results, fixes an issue prevented multitasking gestures from working on an iPad, which I myself was affected with, and it adds new configuration options for education standardizing, not something I personally will need. So there are a few updates. There's no new features. You know, this is just an incremental upgrade. It's expected instructed to just patch and fix a little bit of bugs from iOS 8.1.2. So, there's really no incentive to beyond the fact that it does add more system memory, and that's great. I absolutely love that. Now, I will be testing the speed of iOS 8.1.3 versus the current 8.1.2, and that video is up. You can click right there to go ahead and go there. And now let's talk about the jailbreak. So iOS 8.1.3 does unfortunately patch the Taig jailbreak. Now, not all of the exploits are patched, but it was noted that it does patch and seal the jailbreak, so you no longer can jailbreak on iOS 8.1.3, whether it's with Taig, Pangu, or the PP jailbreak for Mac. Now, this isn't all too bad news because 8.1.2 can still be jailbroken. The Taig jailbreak team is very confident that they do have a jailbreak exploit that will on the official version. If you guys remember, when they officially released Taig, they said it does work with 8.2 beta 1, but they never did actually release it to the public. So here's hoping that they can jailbreak 8. It does drop, but for now, do not update to iOS 8.1.3 if you guys are relying on a jailbreak. Now, if you guys will update to 8.1.3, do it via so that in the future you guys can jailbreak on 8.2. Otherwise, yeah, don't do it, guys, because it will erase the jailbreak and you cannot do it any longer. The good news is you can downgrade, and I will have a tutorial right here for when that is available. I will be posting that today as well. And anyways, guys, just wanted to update you guys on the status of 8.1.3. It does patch the jailbreak, but it actually have some nice fixes inside of it. It was released alongside with the new OS 10.1.2, which is also a very good firmware for your computer, so that you guys can upgrade if you do have a recommended, but stay away from this latest firmware update. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day and enjoy iOS 8.1 on your jailbroken device.